pounder, and then they changed it then back to the Centurion Mark II turret, but gave it the 32 pounder instead of the 20 pounder. Oh yeah. What the 20 pounder was still good. I mean, it's part of the reason I bought the Carnarvon Action X, well, or the Paladin, when that first came out, before they added like the Eradicator, which completely like made the Carnarvon AX obsolete. It's because it's literally just the nostalgia of having that 20 pounder gun, because it was still a good gun. Not as high DPM as the 32 pounder, but it's definitely competitive. Just the only problem with the 20 pounder is I feel like that gun's sort of fallen out of favour recently. Well, at least at least for me it has. But that's more because of overall power creep and the way the game's changed over the years, because back, say, 5-6 years ago, that 20 pounder was easily capable of dealing with every single tier 10 in the game. But with all the armor buffs that the tier 10s have been getting, specifically the mouse and stuff, like it's a lot harder to do well with it these days than it was before. Because back in the day, you could literally pen the mouse turret with APCR. You could right through the mouse turret, some machine sent them like at the center of the turret. Now it's like, because they buffed the mouse to turret armor to 260 base, and the pen you only get is about 258 with APCR, you're looking at only like a 20% chance to pen the mouse turret. And that's if you're lucky. Usually that you just will bounce every single shot these days. Oh yeah, definitely is a ridgeline. Is an absolute ridgeline monster. Like most of the British heavies, like the Conqueror, still best hill fighter in the game, in my opinion. Well, technically it would go to the Super Conqueror now, because the Super Conqueror doesn't have the weak spot on the turret, and you can't blast right through the mantlet of the Super Conqueror, but the Super Conqueror is just in an entirely different league, to be honest. Oh, and you also have the cheap and armor buffs as well, which also make that incredibly strong. Not like it wasn't strong already. And we are top tier? Yeah, top tier, alright. We can actually do mad things now. Should be good. But to be honest, I'm quite happy with the Igaru tanks reforged thing. Even though the Igaru buffs themselves are like kind of insignificant, it was more about the buffs on the other vehicles in that line, and some of the premiums. Like the Agtiga 88 buffs are quite nice. Same with the general buff to the L56 88mm on the Panzer IV and the Nashorn, where that's actually getting way more pen to make it way more competitive, which is lovely. So you can actually deal with, well, if you're playing the Panzer IV, you can actually easily deal with tier 8s a little easier, which is nice. Oh, and the other buffs as well, like the third nan buffs are absolutely lovely, because the third nan will now have 250mm of armor on the superstructure, basically making it a Agtiga or tier 8, which is lovely, but with an extremely potent gun, which is awesome. Alright. Hello there. Oh no, tank for Forge is actually like a very good thing. Very good thing for the game. I'm just kind of disappointed they didn't introduce it earlier. I know like you had like the less taught tanks thing, but I mean, as good as that was, it was only addressing like 1 or 2 vehicles at a time, so it wasn't really that significant. Hello there, T-44 85. I will destroy you. I am a Citiga. I will destroy you. Oh, I bet that's an E25 or something, isn't it? Let's take our chances. Is that an E25? Let's find out what that tank destroyer is. It's definitely a tank destroyer. Probably a Panzer IV actually. Something stealthy. It's something very stealthy. Let's just be aggressive. I might switch lane drive for optics on this, because the thing is lane drive isn't really needed anymore. I don't feel it's needed in Tiger 1 anymore anyway. The only reason I used to run it is because there used to be a time where you'd only get about, I think it was like 2.9 second aiming time, but now it's like 2.7 seconds, and with like perks and stuff you can work around it. Let's just put round after round into this comment. Hello, I have DPM. I wouldn't sit in front of me. I know you can pen me, but I still wouldn't sit in front of me. Let's see if we can get rid of this light tank. Just there. That's a Caro. Should be a Pens turret, I think. Right, there's something else down there. That's definitely the Air Panzer IV. Now someone will hit you. That's the Stoke 33B. Alright, I'm going to try and push the low ground. It's probably going to be a mistake, but it might pay off, so... Just do it. Push the low ground. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to swap optics. Swap lane driver optics on this. Definitely going to do that. Oh yeah, I thought it was the Air Panzer IV. Hello. I will now DPM you. Die. That's something else. That's not good. That's a Black Prince. That's sort of depressing seeing a Black Prince camp the base, but you know, I don't blame him. It's very depressing to see because the Black Prince is very good now. And with its mobility buffs, it's way more capable than it used to be. There we go. Switch to EPCR, so I just want to guarantee penetrating. Shitty's angle. I guess I'm going to try and use a track weak spot. I believe the Black Prince still has the track weak spot that the other Churchills have. Yeah, still has a track weak spot if you just literally aim for the upper fender. You can go right for the tracks and hit the suspension and pen the thing. There we go, just go for that. See, this is why I love the Tiger 1 so much, because when it works, it works. This DPM is just fucking scary, and on an entire ever level. Bollocks, I pulls that up. Rations. I mean, we're gonna lose this game, but I might as well farm more damage out. This is a Valiant defeat. And that's why, folks, that's why I like the Tiger 1. 4k damage. Nearly. Very, very strong tank. I mean, it was literally second place MVP, I think, on a defeat. Lol. 97% damage standing. Lovely. That's great. That makes me warm and fuzzy inside. I mean, I could go for gold marks, but I